I have 3 files here. First file, 26-250-261 FY. People versus Shawnderick, Demond, Roberson. Second file is People versus Roberson. That's 26-250-262 FY. And the third file is People versus Roberson. 26-250-260 FY. Okay, I'm going to take those in order. The record should reflect the people are represented by Mr. Upakar, and Mr. Nolan is here on behalf of the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so 261. Mr. Roberson, did you read and understand your advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Complaint in this case alleges that on or about between April 15, 2020 through on or about April 15, 2025, City of Norton Shores, you did with the intent to defraud or evade the payment of tax or part of a tax, aid, abet in an attempt to evade the payment of income tax or part of said tax as required by MCL 205-271. It's a felony. It's punishable by 5 years in prison and/or $5,000 fine. You have all those rights available listed on your advice of rights, including a right to a preliminary examination. That's a probable cause hearing, not a trial. It's a hearing to determine whether or not there's sufficient evidence for the case to go to trial. You also have a right to a lawyer. If you can't afford one, I'll appoint one to represent you. I want a petition filled out, even though he's hired you, Mr. Nolan, so that we have personal information. Doesn't look like he filled one out.
Okay.
Anyway, so you've availed yourself of the right to an attorney by obtaining the services of Mr. Nolan. We'll set this for a preliminary exam. I'm assuming that's what you want.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Let's go to bond.
Judge, obviously the court is aware that Mr. Roberson has been a longstanding member of the community. However, as it relates to the 2 income tax files, or rather tax evasion files, the people would just like the court to be aware of the fact that based on Michigan Department of Treasury records, in 2025, Mr. Roberson made in excess of $180,000 as the fire chief for the Muskegon Heights Fire Department, and in the year preceding that, nearly $120,000 as the fire chief for the Muskegon Heights Fire Department. So obviously, the court can fashion a bond that they feel is appropriate given the nature of the defendant and his access to financial means. As it relates to the third file...
Well, I haven't done the third.
Well,
Let's do this file one at a time.
okay, then I'll leave the remainder of the court's discretion, Judge.
All right, Mr. Nolan.
Well, Your Honor, this is what I'll say. My client was negligent in paying his taxes, but I will say this. Prior to him being arrested in February earlier this year, my client met with H&S Accounting and filed for an extension to file all of his taxes.
Well, look, we're going to not get into the merits of this.
Well, I understand that, but I think it's important to determining bond that he was taking action prior to being arrested to deal with his tax
I could give him
problem.
a PR bond on income tax evasion. This is, the bond's $10,000. You can post it as a PR bond.
Okay, thank you. That's
it
fair.
needs to be printed on all these, I guess.
Yes.
It's going to be a whole different ballgame on the drug case, but so probable cause conference is scheduled for. That's going to be on all 3 of these. August 25th at 1:30. Preliminary exam is September 1st at 9 o'clock, and that's going to be on all 3 of these cases.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The next file, is 26-250-262 FY, State of Michigan versus Roberson. Same advice of rights, Mr. Roberson, as the one I just read. And again, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Complaint in this case alleges that on or about April 15, 2026 in Norton Shores, did with intent to defraud or evade the payment of a tax or part of a tax, aid, abet in an attempt to evade the payment of 2025 income tax or part of said tax as required by statute. That's a felony. It's the same charge as the last file, 5 years and or $5,000 fine. We'll set this for preliminary examination. I'll need a petition. I guess they could make copies of it for each file.
Okay.
With the,
We'll take care of that before we
yeah.
leave.
The bond is 10,000 PR on this one also. Next file is 26-250-260 FY, State of Michigan versus Roberson. Same advice and rights, Mr. Roberson, and again, you have, well, actually, I've got the petition, of course, in this file, so you don't have to fill it out. We'll just make copies for the other file.
Thank you. I thought we filled one out, Judge.
Yeah, just want to make sure the info is in the file.
Yes.
Same advice of rights, and again, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The complaint in this case alleges that on or about January 2021 and through June 29, 2026, City of Muskegon Heights, you possessed with intent to deliver less than 50 grams of a mixture containing the controlled substance or other narcotic in Schedule 1 or 2, or described in MCL 333.7212 parens 1 parens H, 333.7214 parens A parens 4, or 333.7214 parens A parens 2, contrary to MCL 333.7401 parens 2 parens A parens 4. 333-74012A4. That's a felony. It's punishable by up to 20 years in prison and or $25,000 fine. We're going to set this for preliminary examination. Let's go to bond.
Judge, the thing that the people will indicate is that the people are requesting that Mr. Roberson not be able to work in the capacity as a public safety officer or a fire officer during the pendency of this bond as a term of bond. And the reason for that, Judge, is that the allegations that the people are presenting the court with is that while in uniform, while driving a department-issued vehicle, the defendant did appear at a residence to secure additional pharmaceutical narcotics to treat some ailments that he had that were outside of his regular prescription, and also traded those prescription narcotics with another individual. And because that was while on duty and operating a department vehicle in which he has a supervisory role over other public safety officers, the people are just requesting that a term of his bond be that he not be able to occupy a public safety capacity during the pendency of the bond.
Mr. Dolan.
Your Honor, I don't have an objection to Mr. Hoopikar's request because he's suspended right now at the Heights anyway. A couple of things. Number one, this is a situation where, again, this is going on information I was given. I don't have any police reports to rely on. That my client has a lifelong friend and they both had a prescription for, I think, Norcos. And when one would run out, the other one would give them a couple and vice versa. And they have that on wiretap. Now, if I'm incorrect, Mr. Hoopikar can tell me, but this isn't like my client was out selling drugs. and I'm not here to contest the issue whether he did this or he didn't do this. But the allegations themselves appear more minor than a guy out selling drugs on the streets.
Mr. Lupica?
While I don't necessarily disagree with Mr. Nolan's assertion, that is the delivery or possession with intent to deliver of a controlled substance, that being a narcotic, Norco. Additionally, Judge, the thing that brings the people concern is that those pharmaceuticals put people in a state that perhaps they shouldn't be in charge of a group of firefighters that may be in potentially harm's way, and that's the reason that the people bring this to the court's
No, I
attention.
can understand that. All right, bond's 50,000, you can post at 10%. The condition of your bond is that you refrain from employment where you are involved in public safety.
Could I address the court on one further issue?
Yeah.
Because my client's been suspended now, he picked up a job as a truck driver, which he has experience doing, and his job would take him to, I want to say this specifically, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana,
chance.
and Kentucky.
Not a chance. No way.
May not leave the state?
No.
All right, thank you.
That'll be
Your Honor.
the condition of the bond.
Thank you.
Yeah. So your probable cause conference and prelims are on the same basis on all three of these.
Thank you.
So you need to be printed on these and also bond out, I guess.
Thank you. Where are we going to get printed downstairs?